All right, y'all. We is live. We're waiting for Mecca to come on in. She was trying to yell at me last week because I was late, but this week she's late. So it is movie review Monday. Today we are reviewing the classic that is called Love Jones. An amazing, an incredible, an awesome movie. I'm gonna give you guys just a little bit of background of who I am. Jahman Ariel Hill, aka Rondo, aka Vanderwall, the Blouse God, coming to you live from the beautiful city of Birmingham, Alabama. And here she comes.
When did I say I wasn't coming?
No, I didn't think you was coming till like 4 o'clock on the dot or 5 o'clock on the dot.
Oh.
You good? I literally just introduced myself.
I still need the link. Oh no, we wasn't going to have an unfair view of the movie. You thought I was going to let that happen?
Nah, fam.
A biased view?
Introduce yourself to the crew. Introduce yourself to the
myself. The crew know who I am. I'm Big Meccamorphosis, aka Hood Helen of Troy, aka aka Olivia Dope.
Okay, these names. All right, so mine are always the same. Rondo, aka Vanderwall, the Blouse God. Love Jones was a film that I'm starting to realize how many movies Nia Long is in, how many classics Nia Long is in. If Nia Long is in it, it's probably a classic.
Literally, Nia Long and Sanaa Lathan are the rulers of the 90s films, apparently.
Yes. So Love Jones, it's a 1997 American romantic drama film directed by Theodore Witcher. In his feature film debut. All right, it stars Lorenz Tate, who we're still looking for his hairline, Nia Long, Isaiah Washington, Bill Bellamy, and Lisa Nicole Carson.
It's a well-known fact that his hairline isn't, I'm sorry, maybe I just don't understand hairlines. Is there something wrong with it? It do look like he might have had on a silk cap for longer than he should have, but I don't.
Man, his hairline look like there is a hairline there, but it's censored, so it's blurred. That's what his this man hairline was one of the few things that I did not like about this movie. One of the few things wrong with this movie was this man's hairline.
Oh, there are so many things wrong with this movie.
Ooh, we about to have a debate then, because I love it.
We are in agreement, my friend. We are in agreement today, because whoosh out the ghetto. I cannot with this movie. All right, do you want to
love it. I love Love Jones. I'm mad. No, we ain't in agreement. I love Love Jones.
You love it?
Yeah, I loved it.
You don't love it. Oh my God, you are such Cap. You don't love it, Cap.
Nah,
you trying to play it up for.
Nah, Akila and I were watching this yesterday, and I was like, "Yo, I actually like this movie." Like we were talking about how dope it was. First of all, 2 of the poems recited by Nia Long's character, written by Sonia Sanchez. The movie received favorable critical reviews. It was not a financial success, but it does have. I like how they call it a cult following. Nah, niggas like this movie.
It is a cult following, though.
Nah. Black people everywhere, bro.
It just because a general group of people might like the movie, it doesn't mean it doesn't have a cult following. It does have a specific cult following, especially among poets and writers.
So I will say that I avoided this movie for the longest because I was under the impression that the poetry was just all going to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I would hear like, oh, they trying to be Love Jones, like, you know, whenever a poet was doing a poem on stage. And a lot of times when I hear, oh, they trying to be Love Jones, the poem or the performance of the poem wasn't great. So I was like, oh, this must mean it's not gonna be good poems. But like I was shook. I was like, wait, these poems is nice.
Nah, I gotta say the first poem was not it. The first poem done by him, the main character, not it.
Well, he said, I'm the blues.
He said, girl,
trying to be the funk in your right.
He said, girl, you yummy, yeah. You God queen. No, you old shroom. I said, sir. Relax. But like, also, here, okay, I'm gonna just say this movie is full of stalkers and I don't appreciate that. Why is Nia Long getting stalked so much in this damn movie?
Like, so Nia Long, that's one thing that I don't like about the movie. I'm like, the way that he get her number off the check, I was like, this nigga did not actually just do this. Like,
so reckless. Would you like to start off with the recap now, and then we can get into that as well?
Yeah, you want to hit us with the recap? Hit us with the recap.
All right. So Love Jones starts off with a group of friends inside of a open mic area called the Sanctuary. You got Lorenz Tate and some other beautiful black people. This movie is full of beautiful black people, and off the bat, the soundtrack was hitting. Mm-hmm. His friend, the bald dude. I don't know his name. They didn't really. I feel like they kind of they used his character, but also kind of misused his character, because in the movie, the best friend of the main character is the man with the locks, the tall black guy. Maybe I should pull up a casting list because I don't know none of their names. I ain't care. I don't care. So we start off with them in the sanctuary, and then this is where our main character Darius Love Hall meets our other protagonist, Nina. Nina is the love interest of Darius. He meets her at the bar. He's like, "Oh, hey, girl." Well, he doesn't say anything yet because he's nervous, but he has that energy. He's like, has that vibe. But she actually makes the first, word with him, and she's just like, "What's up? How you doing?" Da-da-da. And they have a little bit of banter. One thing I would say, the banter in this movie is really good. Like, I love the banter.
Yes,
those are the only parts that I ever really enjoyed because it was like actually natural and funny. So yeah, after they have a little bit of banter, he goes up and he does this very physical sexual poem about Nina, just based off of meeting her. And here's my issue with this. He don't know this girl from He don't know this girl from jump. He don't know this girl from jump. Like, are you serious? Like, out of nowhere, you just going it couldn't have been freestyle. It couldn't have been freestyle.
You so, somebody else and just threw the name at the front.
Oh my God.
That's what made me laugh.
So, I was just gonna move on to the part where like she actually addresses that when they are done in the club, and they're all Darius Hall and his friends are all talking on the side outside, and she comes up to him and she says, "I like that poem you did about me." Or no, she didn't even say she liked it. She said, "Thank you for the poem." And also, which is also a really weird thing to do, I think. No, maybe it's not even weird. I think it's very ballsy to be like, "Thank you for my poem." Like, what? Like, how? I didn't even know it was written to her. Because I was like, "Oh, her name's Nina." Like, there's a lot of parts where it's just like, oh, that happened? Like, when did that happen? When did y'all exchange names? Or like, what? So like, that happens a lot in the movie. So
they exchanged at the bar. Okay, we gonna get to it. We gonna get to it.
But anyway, yes. So so they have that whole little discussion thing where she goes up to him, but she was like, yeah, I just didn't like that it was only focused on sex. And he was like, oh, word. So what would you have wanted your poem to be about or whatever? Or what do you think I could work on talking about or whatever? And she goes up to him, she writes love on his hand. And she was like, but you wouldn't know anything about that, or would you? Which I really love that scene a lot. I thought that scene was really cool. Because it was like, yo, she got big energy right now. Like, it's really cool. Like, it's just like, she like, I don't know anyone and I know who I'm gonna be with. And but she's just like really cool. That was a really cool scene. So after that scene, then what happens? That's when he starts becoming a stalker.
Yes, he goes straight into blown stalker mode. Like he
goes full blown stalker.
He does. Let me take this part. He goes into this record store that she's also in, and he's like, let me play you a song. And it's all innocent, cute. He picks like a great song. I love the jazz throughout this.
Oh yeah, the jazz is great.
And then she goes and pays for her record or whatever with a check, which I guess people did this in 1997. Don't
come for 90s wallets.
Don't come from 90s wallets. I'm just saying, like, because I know my mama had the checkbook, so she had to be writing checks or something. But I'm saying, like, I wasn't expecting him to just get that check from like old girl like that. I was like, there's no way he's gonna do this. There's no way he's gonna do this. And like he got her address and he got her number.
But the way he addresses the fact that he got her number, back to me. Okay, so even the friend is like, hey, I'm not giving you this girl's address off the check. And he's like, come on, hook me up. I'm not giving you her address. And then it cuts to him at her house. So yeah, the friend, your friend could be a killer. You don't even know. Anyway, so she gives him the address, blah, blah, blah. He ends up at her house, blah, blah, blah. And he's like basically worming his way into her home without even addressing that. So he's like flirting with her a little bit. He's like, hey, I got the CD that you were looking for. And she's like, oh, thanks, like, okay. And then he's like waiting at the door and she's like, do you want to come in? And he's like, yeah, I mean, no, not if you want, not if you're at my door, you creep. Anyway, they have more banter. They have more. I'm sorry, say that again.
I don't even know why she said, do you want to come in? Can you hear me?
I would not have let him in. You know what the line should have been which was the last line in the scene, which I was like, when he was like, hey, you trying to go out sometime or whatever, and she was like, yeah, you can come over again, but I have to invite you. Like, yeah, you can. I wish it was like, yeah, you can come in when I invite you. Closed door. Like, that should have been the end of discussion. But they did have like a little banter or whatever. They thought they was being cute. And then she was like, if you're trying to come over next time, just call me. And I know you already got my number. He was like, yeah, I got your number. Huh? You got my number? That's so cute. Oh my God.
It's so like, it made me so.
This is how stalkers are born.
That made me. You want me to check it? Mm-hmm.
Hello?
You can hear me, Mecca?
Oh, the service.
You can hear me?
Yeah, the service is bad this time. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm finna switch to my the Wi-Fi to my phone. I'm finna hotspot myself because my Wi-Fi being weird. Anyways, though, thanks, baby. Akila for the win. Let me know that the Wi-Fi messing up. One of the things that I feel like with this movie, and as the movie continues, y'all, for like a quick recap of everything that happened, then it covers their love story, right? They both like they go on this journey, or she goes to back to New York to. No, we gonna review this as we go through because I just realized that part made me mad, bro. The whole
I wasn't.
Darius is going.
Jahman, I wasn't stopping you. Jahman, I wasn't
like
stopping
he gonna
you.
act
It's
like
okay. Please speak the truth.
like he straight up did this. He did this. He went there and did.
Hello. Oh Lord, if y'all can hear me, I will continue, but I don't think we can hear Jahman. But that is true. Hello. All right. Well, let me know in the comments if y'all can hear me, because Jahman is frozen. Okay, y'all can hear and see me. Okay, it's just me. So we're gonna continue. So Darius Love Hall goes on this. So they go out on a couple of dates. They're not even really dates per se. They're like these they're just hooking up. So they tell themselves. And that's the issue when I got with people telling themselves something. And I think it really wasn't that urgent. Their relationship never felt urgent, even from the beginning. Well, from this part right here. Oh, Jahman, you're back. I sound like one of them petty women, like, oh, you're back. Oh, you're back. But anyway, so I already went to the part when they were dating. They started dating. Yeah. So them having their whole little hookup situation, them explaining that they have very great sexual chemistry. Okay, good, great, love it. But then, it gets to a point where they're like, oh, we're not trying to play each other. Okay. But I guess what the catalyst for them not getting into a relationship because she wasn't ready. So they weren't in a relationship. But then when her ex comes to like kind of win her back, also, how did he get her address? Not my business. Anyway, he comes and he's like, hey, Nina, let's get back together. And he's just so much like, like everybody outside of them, the acting is so much. But yeah, he's like, we gotta get back together. We deserve to get back together. And she's up here thinking about it. So she's going she's gonna go to New York to go hang out with him for a little bit and handle business or whatever. But her friend suggests that she tell somebody that she's just hooking up with that she's going to New York to go see if she can fix things with her ex. Why? What is the reason? If you said that you don't really like this person, oh, well, Jahman is gone. But if you said that you don't really like this person, what is the reason for you telling them that you're about to go handle some other type of romantic business? Which is weird. Because okay, I was just going in about the fact that why is Nina telling Darius that she's going to go fix things with her ex if they are not serious? And on top of that, she didn't, but also that isn't even what she was addressing. She only said that she was going back. First, she only said she's going back to New York, and he was already like in his feelings. For what?
He's needy.
She said a week. She said a week.
I feel like he kind of knew that something was up because of the way that she introduced it. She was like, hey, I gotta tell you something. He says,
but then, okay. And then she's like, yeah, you know, it's just like, I'm going to handle some unfinished business. Right. Like, literally, it seems so innocent, though. Like, the way she was telling him. So why was he already, like, really mad?
Nah,
But
she,
then it got
she was giving him that info, and I'll say I don't like the way Darius responded, but she was giving that info in like a very like, all right, so I got some unfinished business. Like, what kind of unfinished business? What kind of phrase? Unfinished business
That's
is
real.
the name of the book Taye Diggs wrote in damn Best Man. That's that tells you what kind of what unfinished business mean in the 90s.
That is funny. That is so funny. That is so funny. So anyway, wait. So just going based off of their conversation though, why did she feel the need to test him on his anger levels? Because it's like, why are you trying to see if you're gonna get a rise out of him? And then like, if you wanted somebody to get a rise out of, you should have stayed with your emotionally abusive ex, because he's a little emotionally abusive.
That's why she's testing Darius though, because her ex was like that. So it's like, let's throw this out there. Let's see how
she wanted him to get mad. She wanted him to be mad. Because
that's what her girl told her to do. I can't stand the friends in this movie. I can't stand the friends.
The friends in this movie are trash.
They're so trash.
They are trash. That's why I said I was going to preface this. Everybody in this movie sucked. Except for maybe the brown-skinned bald dude that's the host. I like him.
Yeah. And he always looked that way.
That's it. Everybody else in this movie, trash. Cause you got so here's the thing. This was one of my points. I felt like the guy who is the host was misused, because I felt like he should have been more of the best friend rather than the guy with the locks, because the guy with the locks was cheating, was kind of like playing around with his own wife, but also trying to give a relationship advice for what? This was my literally, while I was watching this whole movie, I kept asking myself, for what? Why are you doing this? Like, and then on top of that, right? I'm trying to relax.
Being messy, but you were a fan of The Best Man, and everybody was more messy in The Best Man. They were more messy than this.
Their messiness was it of course it was messy, but it made sense because they're close, and on top of that, it was never malicious, because the guy when Shaky Voice, what's his name?
I don't even remember. That movie was a week ago, fam. I keep forgetting the name of the movie.
I keep doing this. Lucius Lyon.
Oh, you talking about
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard, yes, Terrence Howard.
Okay, when Terrence Howard knew that Taye Diggs slept with the friend's girlfriend, when he knew, you literally never said anything until Harper was testing him and kept putting him down, because Harper is an asshole. But here's the thing, everybody knew about everybody's personalities within that friend group. That friend group felt real. This friend group felt like trash, because you got one friend who always hating on you. And I mean, I understand that can happen in real life, but really, like, you got one friend that's seriously hating on you all the time. And there were just too many time jumps throughout this movie where it was like, wait, what, when, and how, and why did that happen before this? So going back to where we just were in the story, when they are dating and she's about to leave, right? So she leaves, right? This dude is dating someone else. He's just dating. I don't know, but we don't know how serious it is. It looks serious, but I guess everything is just passionate in 90s movies, but whatever. Anyway,
those poets that trying to be a player, bro. He's trying to be a player. That's the thing that I don't like about it. He's
too emotional.
kissing her in public. He was kissing that girl in public, bro, in the mouth.
Right.
In the mouth. Like, it was in the mouth, just arm around him, all up in public.
Okay. From now on, that's a criteria. It's like if you kissing somebody in public on the mouth, y'all together.
In the mouth.
In the mouth. But anyway, yo. So like she goes to New York. She doesn't get an opportunity that she wanted, and she comes back to her apartment upset. Other dude comes back. Where's my toasted oats?
Bro, that was hilarious, bro.
I was Jahman.
That was so funny.
No more good. Jahman, I was no more good.
That was like, terrible writing, bro. That was terrible writing, bro. That whole scene was just bad, bro. I was like, what is she doing? It was so bad.
So many questions. So many questions. One, why is she here? Two, why is he mad about cereal? Three, what?
I had a bad day too. I was like, this is the worst relationship. So
here's the thing. He's like, I'm sorry. I had a bad day. Oh my God. And she's like, I had a bad day too.
Want to talk about it? No.
Why don't you want to talk about it?
Bro, why
do y'all hate each other so much?
I was
like,
when
she leaves, he got nerve to be depressed.
This nigga and when she leaves, she take her ring off and put it on his pinky. And I was like, bro, have you been wearing this ring the whole movie?
Understand that. Huh?
I was like, have you been wearing this the whole movie? That's what I was trying to figure out.
That's what I'm saying. There's too many plot points or plot seeds that just don't get addressed. When did she get a ring? When did they introduce themselves? When did she walk? When did she go to this place? Oh my God. Okay, so after she comes back, this is your movie.
Bro, I like this movie. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why too.
Yo, then she comes back
and hating, bro.
Talking to her friend like, I don't think I'm gonna talk to him. Maybe I might talk to him.
That made me mad, bro. I was like, what?
You were gone for a week.
But listen. This is where I think a lot of the fault, I don't know why I picked up a pen. This is a lot of the fault lies on the friends. Because the same friend who's like, you ain't gonna hit him up, 3 sentences before was saying, oh, you just want to leave so you can go see Darius. All you think about is Darius.
Oh, yes.
And then,
hold up. The first scene with them back. Right. So the first scene with them coming back is them at the open mic. And why does she think that she's not going to run into that man when she's going to all the spots that she met him at? And then on top of that,
she wanted to see him. And I think her friend made her not want to. Her friend was pressuring her.
Right. And then like on the way out of the on open mic, you have his friend flirting with you and you talking about, I don't know, I guess I'll think about it. I guess. Like, I don't know. Why don't you date him?
This nigga had a hearse, bro. I was dead, bro.
The hearse.
And I was dead because I needed a ride, nigga. Like, this nigga had a hearse.
I ain't dead. I just need a ride. Yo, so like, can I just say that actor? So that's why I also said let's watch How to Be a Player.
Yeah, because he's hilarious in How to Be a Player.
He's good at How to Be a Player, but in any other movie, he's just a fake Martin Lawrence to me. I'm sorry. He's just a fake Martin Lawrence. What's his name? I'm gonna look up the actual.
Yeah, go ahead, look him up. In the meantime,
okay, Bill Bellamy. Okay, I remember his name now. Bill Bellamy.
He in a hearse, bro. A hearse.
Yeah.
A hearse. That took me out. I was like, you can't date a nigga driving around in a hearse, bro.
That's why I love the banter. I love the banter after that because Oh, my bad. You're talking?
No, I said the fact her choice, like her choice of guys, like it's one has a motorcycle in New York where it rains all the time, and the other one has a hearse. You couldn't find a nigga with a regular car.
He couldn't find himself with a regular car. I don't understand. Oh, and also I have to laugh at the fact that Darius Lovehall had a motorcycle. I was like, oh my God, y'all trying to make this man so interested and he looked like a gerbil. I don't get it.
Bro,
I don't get it.
His line is really, it upsets me because I'm like, why are these hollering at me?
Gotten better over time.
I don't know what it is. But this movie, though, I feel like this movie is actually a good movie. I feel like reason the dialogue, a lot of the dialogue, there are a lot of spots where the dialogue is choppy, such as the fight scene where her ex. But the writing like has a really great poetic feel to it. It does have a nice poetic feel to it. There are a lot of great lines in there.
Give me a great line. What's a great line? Where's the great line?
Man, one of my favorite lines from the movie is in the first poem, and I'm gonna keep saying it till you acknowledge it. I'm the blues in your left side, trying to be the funk in your right. I said, I don't even know, bro.
Oh, I thought for the longest time I thought you said funk in your rice. But here's the thing. Of course, the writing from the poets that they chose I felt like was good. I love those poems, but I'm talking about the writing and the script in general.
The writing between the conversations, I really felt real through the conversations between Nina and Darius. Like I felt like
you thought the conversations between Nina and Darius were natural.
They had like
the conversations between the friends were much better than the conversations between
the friends were really good too. Like I really enjoyed, there was like a poetic feel to it, and there were some scenes that had really beautiful looks. For example, when Darius goes running after Nina when she leaves for New York the second time, and he doesn't get to her, right? And then he turns around and walks back, and they have the steam from the train behind him, enveloping him. They have the soft jazz playing, and he's walking through the steam, defeated. I'm like, yo, that's a beautiful shot. That's beautiful.
Here's my thing. Listen.
I love the feels. Her photography is great, of course, the way that they incorporate photography.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Her photography was not all that. She took one picture of old boy in a flannel t-shirt. Her photography
not that photography, like the fake photography, that black and white that she had in her portfolio. Not old dudes.
Oh, let me see. Yeah. I think I might have missed that. Hold on, let me see if I can look it up somehow.
Yeah, but don't share the screen because remember we get copyrighted.
I can't share the screen. I'm not even on my computer.
Okay, I was like, they'll copyright us on that.
They said, "Oh, do you have the video though from last week?"
Yeah, I just gotta edit it. I had to do a lot of grading this week.
My thing, look, I was like, nah, Jahman deleted the video because I was mad. I thought you deleted it because I was mad.
No, that was my favorite video so far. I was so mad because we had a great argument that time. You was so heated. I was like, nah, I need to let these people know.
We about to argue again because listen. Okay, so here's the thing. We lost track of where we were in the storyline. So where are we in the storyline? So we can.
We're at she started getting old dude with the hearse.
Went out. She's going out with this man's friend, and still somehow not putting together the idea that she is going to run in with him with his friend. Okay, sure, sis.
That was foolishness. What did you think was going to happen?
And that's why I also was like, his friend was also just such a useless character because it was just like, y'all only put him in there for friction. And it's like, okay, so he loses a friend. but I don't care. Like, here's the thing. Sometimes you can measure a movie by how much you care, like, about anybody, like, period. So, moving on, when they meet up and at the party, do you want to move on? Are we moving on to the party?
Yeah, because the party was dumb.
The party was ridiculous. Ain't nobody partied at all. They met up in one little atrium area and then they dispersed.
And she was acting like she didn't know that there was gonna be that Darius.
How, sis? I didn't know you were gonna be there. I'm dating your friend, and your friend goes to your party. How could I have known? Anyway,
but I love how it shows the true that moment shows the true intentions of both Darius and whatever his friend name is, because in that moment where she's in distress and is like, yo, you know what, I did mess up, I'm doing this all wrong, I'm out of here, like I can't do this. That's I'm done.
And he was like, I want you to take me home because I'm mad at you. And he's like, no, you can walk home. And I was like, he said, my thing is like, wow, so you did all of that for what? Just to make your friend jealous? Like, bye. Like, you're whack. Anyway, then Darius made sure she got home, and I thought that was at least a nice scene that he was gonna make sure she got home. But then he yelled at her like, "What you doing here with my boy anyway?" And she gonna be like, "I saw you. I was gonna call you, but I saw you with that girl." Girl, y'all are not together. You said it several times. He said it several times. If y'all weren't to be together, then say so. Y'all only knew each other for a week. I'm about to flip my damn computer over.
That's the thing though, like your friends and your friends, if your friends act like this is what makes the movie beautiful, right? Because these niggas is ain't shit niggas with ain't shit friends. And they're trying to make this relationship work in the midst of all that because they want to be together. But every time they go to
I don't even feel like that's part of the conversation though.
You're supposed to be a player. Oh, you gonna be in a relationship? You're supposed to be a player. Oh, you're supposed to test him out. You ain't supposed, like, their friends are all feeding them this toxicity and they find themselves.
Here's my thing though. Why is he listening to a married friend who's trying to tell him to be a player while he's married?
Masculinity, so fragile.
I understand that. But that's why I'm like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to me plot-wise. That's why I said that they used the wrong character to do the wrong things. Why didn't they use the host?
Because his old friends is already saying that, but when his married friend says it too, that's a different level. That's a different
level. What level is that besides ain't shitness?
Because if I have ain't shit friends and they're saying, oh, bro, like if my single friends is ever there, like, oh, bro, nah, you shouldn't be in a relationship. I'm like, okay, but let me talk to my married friend and see what they got to say. And if they like, yeah, bro, you shouldn't be in a relationship, I can't stand the relationship I'm in. I'm like, whoa, you too? Maybe I shouldn't be in a relationship. Like,
I guess, but I don't know. It's just okay. Where's my notes? Oh, they're on my phone. But why are you laughing at me?
You responded to yourself like, "Where's my notes?" Oh, they on my phone. Like
I do that all the time. I literally do that all the time. Like, yo, during this whole quarantine, like I've been like responding to people's messages, but in my head. Like I've done that before, but it's been like OD. Like I'm like, oh, I'm having I had this whole conversation already. Oh wait, no, I did not. But
do that occasionally. I feel like
okay. Huh?
I feel like my skin dry. I'm about to hit this young cocoa butter shit.
We was talking about dry skin the other day, like how people aren't lotioning because they in the house, and I'm like, wow, your skin is going to perish.
I say every time we got.
Back to the movie. So they're having that whole argument, and then she calls him up. She calls him up, and she's like, "Hey, I meant to call you, but I saw you with that woman. I didn't know what to think. You should have thought maybe the fact that y'all said y'all wasn't going to be together."
You be imitating Nia Long. That's Nia Long, damn it.
What you saying?
I said, you better watch how you be imitating Nia Long.
Why? That's how she sounds on the phone. She's like, hi.
That's not how she sound.
That is how she sound in the movie.
So I know you can do right by Nia Long.
Whatever. But anyway, hi. Hold on, look. The hair swipe. Hi. So I know I saw you with that other woman. I just didn't know what to think. And I'm sorry. And I think after that, that's when they got together, right? They went out or whatever. They went out dancing.
I love that whole night. Like they went out.
Me too.
Sit on the couch. She was like, "You gonna sleep on the couch?" He mad. She restless up there. Like, dang.
My thing is, ew. No, I thought that was. She wanted him. Not. I don't know. I don't know what she wanted. Like, ew. I was like, ew. What are you doing, ma'am? She wanted him to come upstairs so bad, but I'm like, what do you want? Like, that's my whole thing with her. Like, what do you want?
I'm like, why you bring me all up into this house for me to sleep on the couch?
Right? Not even that. Like, if you have both of y'all have a mutual understanding of where y'all are, okay, sleep on the couch, bye, I'm going upstairs, blah, blah, blah. But here's my thing. She being all seductive obviously does not mean a yes. But I'm talking about just her psyche, like in her mind. I felt like that was what she was like hoping. Like, it's like the way that they played off her characters that she was like, oh, if he comes up these stairs, I'm just gonna give in. And I'm just like, ma'am.
I loved that moment. I love the music that they chose for that moment. They were playing up the jazz. They really brought out. And then when he came up and the music stops and he's like, "Can I play you a song?" And I'm like,
they just dance all night, I guess.
And they smash.
They had sex?
Yeah, it's all in the little it's a montage that happens that goes through like things that are happening in their relationship afterwards and that night. It's like playing both back. Yeah, you get to like Nia drop a whole nipple in that scene.
That's funny. So why'd you say she dropped a nipple? I've never want to hear that sentence ever in my life, ever again. Never.
I'll be watching, I'll be like, nipple. That's all I say. When it would show up, I just be like, nipple. We already know.
I just want you to stop. That's what I want.
In the first scene, she came out with that white tee and the nipples.
What happened?
They got their nipples out, bro. It's a kids movie.
All day, coach. All day. All day. And no. The new thing has to be toasted oats.
Toasted
oats. We get out of hand. Toasted oats. But
toasted oats.
This man really. Can you imagine ruining your relationship over cereal though? Could you imagine?
I can imagine, like when you had it with people, like when you get to that last straw, the last argument never be over nothing serious. The last argument be over something that you're like.
That's my problem. What was the last straw? There are so many last straws in this movie, and you don't know what happened before. So this actually leads into the argument that they had, that when he was writing and she was on the couch with him and she was flipping through that book, and she was like, "You think I slept with your friend, don't you?" And he was like, "I'm writing right now." I don't even want to talk about that. And she's like, "Well, why wouldn't you want to know?" What? Nina, nobody want to know. You slept with fake Martin Lawrence. Like, I don't care.
Oh, she didn't though. And that's the thing, because she's over there thinking, this nigga thought I slept with because remember, right before that,
he caught an attitude with her. But they never really clarified they did not clarify where the attitude came from. She was talking to him while he was writing, and he was like, no, just give me a second, right? Like he flitted her away with his hand. But they do not clarify where the attitude came from, because right after that, she's looking at Lisa's number on the wall.
But that's because Lisa called him the night before. Remember, they were both laying down. Lisa called him And he got out the bed and left. He was like, why you calling me this late? And got out the bed and went to talk to Lisa.
But here's the thing. Why are you calling me this late? Obviously, he don't care about her.
No. Obviously, he about to get caught. Yo, you know not to call me this late. Literally.
Oh, wow. Maybe. But,
And then her number is on the board, like, still.
Well, here's the thing, right? Did they even, I don't know. But, yeah, she had that argument with him. Yeah, and he argued with her or whatever. He said, I don't know. I forgot what he said to her. Oh, he just wanted her to get her stuff.
I couldn't believe the way he did that when he was sitting in the house reading. That was so awesome.
You know, he reminded me of a Tyler Perry villain.
He had the glasses on, bro.
Right, he was like,
I was dead. He had the glasses.
Hello. He dead looked like a Tyler Perry villain, just flipping through the pages and was like, don't forget my keys.
Every fight in this movie felt forced.
Every what? Fight? Oh yeah, the fights definitely felt forced. All of them.
But every scene with like mad chemistry and love, those all felt like I really liked the.
You know what? That's what I think. If this was a different movie, I feel like, or if this was just a different time, I think it's nice to see more tenderness than just pure fights. And like, because there was a short film that just came out. I have to remember the name of it, but if I'm like searching while you're talking, I'll find it. But oh no, the short film is called Tender, and it's really beautiful. It's about the relationship between these two women the morning after they had like a one night stand. It's really beautiful. And like, you know, just showing more. I wish that, there was like maybe an all Black film that showed more of that. And, the photograph, I think, was probably in some ways supposed to be that, but it did fail in a lot of ways. But we'll talk about that another time.
Oh, because I like the photograph.
I bet you do.
Minus Issa's acting.
I bet you do like the photograph.
Wow.
I have a theory that these movies are connected, though. I have a theory that Nina is Issa's mom.
Bro, I was getting ready to say, bro, I have this theory that there's something between these two movies because it's just they're so similar.
Because the mom is a photographer.
Mm-hmm. Except they're from
and she's not ready for love.
They're from
but
different.
Anyway. Huh?
They're from different places, though.
So what? You can make anything a theory. Anyway, back to the movie. Yes. Where are we? Oh, the breakup, the official breakup, and then her friend going to try and like get in the mix of it, be like, Nina's leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Like, girl, mind your business for once in this movie. Like, what is going on? Like, and I'm like, why are you trying to make them like, it's obviously over. I wouldn't want my friend going behind my back telling somebody that I ended things with to come see me off, because I feel like that only creates a friction in my decisions to go better my life or go move on, because obviously they wasn't working out.
I think she felt a little guilty because part of the reason it wasn't working out was because of her bad advice.
Yeah, they all gave bad advice though. Every single one of them. Every single one of them gave bad advice.
Homeboy that I married, man. That happened. Another skip that happened there where his wife and kid just showed up at the door.
I know, like they just popped up smiling. What happened?
I was like, bro, what?
When did they make up and what did he do? What did she do? What happened between them? She was just done with him.
That was the that never happened. That's what. That's what that was.
Ridiculous.
I see a comment in here that somebody's put in. I think is a really good point, and this kind of speaks to why I think the movie was good. Is they all gave bad advice because they were all in broken relationships.
Yeah.
They were all in these broken relationships, and they didn't know how to. And they were a lot like they remind me of poets. Like a lot of us poets, we're in these like a lot of poets are broken. We're like, and people in general, a lot of people are broken. But like poets, like we're
what is this broken poet stereotype though? I also, can I just address his career? Because I did not know that. When did they ever address the fact that he was like a poet for real? And like, when did his book finish? Did his book ever finish? Did he ever finish his book?
Finish. Remember, that's how she read that it was dedicated to her. He saw in her book, except he did it in a real Drake way. He was like, this is for you, you know who you are. I was
see, that's why I know, right? That's why it's like it's a lot of stuff in this movie that feels like it's a lot of places where it just feels like this feeling or this thing that they're trying to address is way too secret. It's like, yo, don't make it a secret for me. I want to see a good majority of it. And it did feel like, even though there was like some moments in this movie that I loved, it did feel a little long for me. Even though it was only like an hour 40, hour 50. I was like, all right, what's the next part?
But I think part of the reason I like this movie is because I thought it was going to be terrible. So I feel like I thought it was going to be terrible, and then it wasn't terrible, and that's why I think.
Right. I don't think at all that it was terrible. I just still don't like it because I feel like the stuff that they were going through was so childish. And I guess, love can be that way. Love can be childish. Love can be messy. But I was just like, I don't think nothing in the main character's relationship felt real enough for me to be upset if whether or not they were together or not. If at the end of the movie they came to like some consensus but wasn't together, I would still be like okay with that. I think that would, like, I don't know, it's just like I just did not care enough, because especially when it's like them like that just that like one argument, it's like what is y'all relationship? Do y'all care about each other or not, or whatever? But I guess they were just figuring
out like that. You don't. I love the not knowing of it. I love how it's like, because here's the thing, the whole entire movie, I'm thinking your friends and this image of what you want to put out in the world has so much to do that is getting in the way so much of what y'all want. And it's this struggle between trying to figure out going for what you want and putting up the front that you want people to see. Like
everybody's mean though. All these characters are mean.
Everybody's trying to avoid vulnerability, like in a way, like and I think Tori just put this in the comments. Like she's saying a lot of what they went through had to do with them both trying to be vulnerable and show their emotions for each other, or trying not to show their emotions, trying not to be vulnerable and show their emotions. Like they were all holding stuff pent up inside and didn't know how to get that out. And I felt like that.
We got Jahman. Hello? Hello? Is it just me? Hello? I think it might just be me, everyone. So before Jahman come back, I am going to say that we only have 5 more minutes left for the podcast. Well, the live. And my final thoughts. Love Jones is cool, but I wouldn't watch it again. Not really. If it's on, I would watch it. That's my rating. If it's on, I'll watch it. We're waiting for Jahman to come back. But I'm cute though. Y'all can ask me questions. Nobody wants to ask me questions. All right, we just waiting for Jahman to come back. Jeez, Jahman, where is your service?
It's on. I'll watch it. It said
Okay.
that. Is it? We on? You got me?
Yes.
Okay. So we got about 10 more minutes, y'all.
10? We got 4.
Oh, my clock. We got 4 minutes, y'all. So I want to hear your final rating. I want to hear your final rating on this movie real quick, Mecca, so I can see.
My rating is if it's on, I'll watch it. That's how my ratings go. My ratings are like if it's on, the mid is like if it's on, I'll watch it. Worst is I'll use it for like a B is probably like I'll use it for background noise. A C is if it's on, I'll watch it. Oh, I'm sorry, no. The other one was a D. I'm messing up stuff. So a D for me is if it's on, if it is now background noise. A C is if it's on, I'll watch it. A B is what is it? Is it I'll buy the DVD? Yes, a B is I'll buy the DVD, and an A is I'll buy the poster. But I don't know what my F. I don't know what my F is yet. So I give them nice.
Turn it on, you tell them to turn that shit off, and you throw something at them.
Huh?
If it's
turn
on,
what
you
off?
tell them if it's on, you tell them to turn it off, and you throw something at them.
Turn this shit off.
Throw something at them.
An F is turn this shit off.
Yo, all right, so okay, I can see that. I think that going into it, I was expecting it to not be good at all. And when I watched it, I was pleasantly surprised. I feel like this is a movie that's not, it's not, if it's on, I'll watch it. Because
you can't take my rating. You can't take my rating.
I'm not. I'm saying for me, if it's on, I would not watch it. I would have to be, but if I was in the mood, I would seek it out and do whatever I could to make sure I found it. Like, it's one of those movies because it's very niche.
It is, okay.
It's a random watch movie for me. And the question that we have in our flyer, right? It's a classic, but is it good? Mecca, is it good? Yes or no? This is what we're here for. Be honest. Is it good? Yes or no?
Is it good? Yeah, it's good. But
wow, I'm surprised.
Is it culturally relevant? No.
What?
Wait.
You're a poet.
Be quiet. First of all, I'm a poet, but I don't be doing stuff like that. Second of all, what I mean by like culturally relevant or whatever, I mean like, is that something? Did it pass the test of time is the question. Does it pass the test of time? I don't think so.
Yes, because there hasn't been anything like that since.
Right. So yeah, that was my thing. It does not pass the test of time.
And I think it does. And I think it does just because even now, the most recent attempt that we've seen at recreating a Love Jones moment was the movie with Jill Scott that came out a few years ago, and
what movie? Love Beats and Rhymes?
Yeah, Love Beats and Rhymes.
I never watched it.
It was a
I'm not gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
I told you my line.
I've seen it. It's cool. I've seen it. It's alright. But we're not here to talk about that movie.
No, we're not.
And it did not be Love Jones. It did not replace Love Jones in terms of a moment that, like, I felt like Love Jones is something that people still today harken back to.
You know what? Now on further thought, when I'm talking about does it pass the test of time, I think what I'm talking more so is about the ideas, because a movie, unless it's freaking what's that movie, Birth of a Nation from like the 1980s, like, are we really gonna go watch that? I think here's the thing, it's like I love watching old movies, so I don't need a movie to like, you know, be that for me, like I don't need a movie to be timeless. I need a movie that, you know, just, I don't know, does it make sense? Can I be in a space, can I put myself in a space that it makes sense to me in that movie? I don't think, the only thing I don't think that helped the movie was the fact that, you know, that there was parts where they just made the argument so forced, where it's just like, I don't see, as an audience member, I did not get to see where this anger really bubbled and came from. Maybe like a moment, but like it just doesn't make enough sense for it to be this big, because they already established that they didn't care about each other and that they were lying about that. And obviously that's true. I'm just saying, like, this is that it's just, sometimes it's annoying to watch, and sometimes drama can be either annoying to watch or interesting to watch. And I don't think, for me, the drama was not interesting.
I felt like the drama was unnecessary. I felt like they really were like, we have to put this drama in here because we've written the love so well.
Right.
And that's why I think it's a good movie, because the love is written so well in it.
Right. And like, I think that's where it's messy. Like, so like, that's where it's like with, because it's a romantic dramedy. It's a romantic dramedy. So it's like, since it is a romantic drama, the way that they fall in love isn't going to make sense, but they're going to fall in love, but it's going to be difficult. Got it. Cool. But I don't understand why the difficulty is the difficulty. That's it. And I was like, it's kind of just annoying to watch more so than like, I want to watch this. But yeah, so that's why my rating is what it is. Because I'm like, I don't want to watch them fussing. Because they don't look, the fussing, the love look real. The fussing does not.
Yeah, 7 out of 7. I give it a 7. Better than life though. But anyways, this is our time. That's our time. Jahman,
don't ever, you playing with me now. You playing with me, and you know what? You just want me to. You know what? This is so sexist. This is so sexist. You just want me to be upset. You just want me to be mad. That's what you want. You just tried to love Jones. You just tried to love Jones's argument. That's what you just tried to do.
So next week, do you want to do poetic justice next week?
Okay, we can do poetic justice. Because
it's my turn to be bad. Like, I ain't gonna tell y'all how I feel about poetic justice. Y'all gonna find out next week, y'all.
I watched The Wood.
Did you like it?
We'll talk.
All right, bet. All right, y'all. This was Movie Review Monday. This is Movie Review Monday with Mecca, and I need a name that starts with an M, but I'll come up with one. What Mecca? My man, me. Movie Review Monday with Mecca and me. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all take care. Next week, Poetic Justice. We gonna be telling y'all the truth about that movie.
The truth.
The peace, love, and the pan. You got last words for the fans, young.
For the comment section.
For anything, you got last words before I stop this young stream?
I don't know. Nobody is mad at me this time, so.
That's funny. All right, y'all. Peace.